Good news for Dangote refinery. Now, Aliko Dangote is putting Africa in the map of oil and gas refining and export to the world. What do I mean by this? Now, Dangote refinery has exported about 7 cargoes of aviation fuel as 45,000 metric tons of the shipment is currently heading to Rotterdam in the Netherlands. Now, before the latest shipment, the refining company of the 650,000 barrels per day capacity refinery had exported 6 of similar cargoes to African countries, and those are regionally to Ghana, Togo, and Senegal. Now, this 45,000 metric tons of shipment is the first one to Europe. Now, this comes after, maybe less than 48 hours after he gave that very candid interview with Bloomberg, in which he revealed that he sees Dangote refinery as a successful one despite every challenge that he is facing in the past 7 months, because literally he said the world 90% of the world was against the existence of this refinery company. Now, let's go and see the news that has been shared with regards to the shipment, this first shipment to Rotterdam port, to the Netherlands, the first one to Europe. This is really interesting and a good news for Aliko Dangote's refinery company. Now, here it is. Now, the latest development brought the refinery jet fuel export to about 315 million liters. Now, reports by S&P Global showed that a 45,000 metric ton of the consignment is en route to Rotterdam, Netherlands on Doric Breeze vessel. Now, the shipment was loaded by British Petroleum BP after a successful bidding in which it is awarded 120,000 metric tons tender. Now, S&P Global said the shipment left actually on May 27, adding two sources confirmed that the Doric Breeze ship market the inaugural BP cargo loading 45,000 metric ton of supply from Lekki. This is according to S&P Global Commodities at Sea data. Now, CEPSA also secured part of the tender sharing with BP, with the Spanish refiner expected to deliver supply to the continent imminently, traders said. Now, neither of the companies were available, neither BP nor CESPA, for comments on purchase of jet fuel from the refinery, while a representative from Dangote previously confirmed to S&P Global Commodity Insights that the refinery has complied with European jet A1 standards since the product first started being shipped within Africa in April. Now, this is, look, as a side note, so far, the Dangote refinery has supplied domestically to Nigeria itself, is supplying petrol, and then to regionally to these African countries, Ghana, Togo, and Senegal, and now to Europe, the first one being the Netherlands, and to the United States. And Europe, there are also other countries which are lined up, and also Belgium and Brazil. This is why I say Aliko Dangote's refinery company has put Africa on the map of oil and gas refining and supply to the world. Now, in quotation, this is what it says. The article, the inaugural European shipment demonstrates the growing reach of products from the 650,000 barrel per day Dangote refinery as it has rapidly ramped up operations and aims to shake up established West African trade flows. In the past 6 months already, Dangote refinery has reached it's more than 400,000 barrels per day. Okay, but the target is 650,000 per day. Now, the article continues and says Dangote has exported 6 jet fuel or kerosene cargoes starting from April, with all material delivered to Senegal, Togo, or Ghana, according to CAS data. Now, BP is also expected to continue supplying jet fuel to the West African market with product from the refinery. Aliko Dangote is refining company is quickly taking over from the Western refining companies, and also actually for that matter from Asia, and it's becoming a significant supplier to Europe and to the US, and as far as Brazil, for gas and aviation fuel. Now, OPEC has released this in its article, and I'm gonna read that for you. Just a second, let me just share this with you. Now, OPEC in its article, actually it's published on The Guardian. Now it says Dangote let me just find this. Yeah. Now, the thing I really would like to bring to you is that now it's only 3 African countries that have so far bought this aviation fuel from Dangote, just from the neighboring countries, Ghana, Togo, and Senegal. What about other African countries? What are they waiting for? Because OPEC said clearly it's going to Dangote refinery is going to disrupt the world gas and oil industry. That's how it has put it. Because quickly countries are showing a demand, a high demand. The demand is increasing to get, this Dangote's oil or jet fuel or all types of production that it is producing. He said that actually in its recent interview to one of the local media in Nigeria, that it's a very high standard, whether it is be it petrol or any other, it's a very, very high in terms of quality. Let me just find that article of where OPEC speaks about Dangote refinery. Okay, now this is the article shared by from OPEC. Now the 20 billion Dangote refinery will disrupt Europe's oil and gas industry. That's how it says. Now, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, has said supplies from Nigeria-based world's largest single-train Dangote refinery and petrochemicals will put pressure on the performance of Europe's oil industry, especially the Northwest Europe. Now, this Northwest Europe, or in general Europe, have been getting their gas and, whether it's aviation fuel, anything that has to do oil and gas from Russia. Now, that has stopped as of February 2023. Now, OPEC, in its newly released monthly oil market report from June 2024, listed Dangote refinery among the top diesel and jet fuel suppliers that will disrupt Europe's oil and gas industry, a development experts forecasted will positively impact the Nigerian economy. It's also benefiting at large also Nigeria's economy, making it self-sufficient in its provision or supplying this gas and oil people, and also exporting and quickly helping Nigeria's economy as well. Now, OPEC recalls that Standard and Poor Global Coating Trading and the ship tracking source had earlier predicted that Nigeria's 20 billion Dangote refinery would shake up international crude flows when it reached its full capacity. It did not reach even now its full capacity. Now, having already made an impact since coming online in January, trading sources and ship tracking data show. Now, the OPEC report also revealed that now we don't want this ad. Okay, now OPEC also revealed that upside potential for higher production levels from Nigeria's Dangote refinery, coupled with strong flows from the Middle East and new supplies from the Mexican Olmeca refinery, will likely exert pressure on the Northwest Europe gas oil performance in the mid-term. Now, it stated further also, in quotation, Europe is one of the world's largest purchasers of refined petroleum products and relied on imports from Asia and the US after the European Union banned the use of Russian diesel in the bloc. Now, however, the 650,000 barrel per day capacity refinery, which is owned by the Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, is eyeing the wider European market after international oil companies stopped supplying its crude oil. Now, Vice President of Oil and Gas at Dangote Industry Limited, Devakumar Edwin, announced the companies had earlier exported its first jet fuel cargo to Europe as it rapidly scales production. This article from OPEC was published in August, actually, beginning of August. Now, the refinery is said to have exported 90% of its 3.5 billion liters of jet fuel and diesel to Europe over alleged lack of support from Nigerian government. Now, it is good, according to Edwin, the vice president at Aliko Dangote, said that it's good to note that from the start of production, more than 3.5 billion liters, which represented 90% of our production, have been exported. They didn't even do supplied to local. Now, BP is currently, it's awarded, as I read it, for 120,000. Out of it, 45,000 now it is en route to Rotterdam. Now the thing is that what I before I really conclude, I would like to bring to your attention that now where are the African other African countries and their aviation, and those also, I mean, most of the African countries are depending or relying on importing refined fuel. So why are they are not by now negotiating and importing this from Dangote refinery? That's something actually it will boost the intra trade within the continent, and it could it's also, it means that bringing a very high quality fuel to their nation. It's as well might be also cheaper instead of bringing it from all the way from Europe or Asia, just next door from the continent. Uh, Hopefully this will start soon, but what I am really thinking that every time in the continent we need this, the white man's approval. Even this happens also in our election. So once now Europe buys it, perhaps we might see our heads of states or Ministry of Trades and Industry lining up to buy this. Let us know in the comment section, what do you think of this? For now, that was it. It's a bye-bye for me from now. Please subscribe to the channel, like it, and share the video. You can further support us to our PayPal account, in which you can find in the description section. Bye-bye.